things you are?
20.
Here things you are. Now, Miss Bumgarner told you that
Steel pencils.
this pride time is going to be all about those two pieces, Brandon. But you're going to see trained and tough in a completely different way. Now, in order for you to understand that, you guys know how much I love to tell the story. So follow me over here with your cats. Because a story actually does match what you're about to see. A story that has a little bit to do with me. So try to get them into movie right now. I'm going to start telling the story. The year was 1996. I know, way before any of you were born. But the year was 1996, and there was something happening called the Summer Olympics.
Sorry, they gotta be sitting up. They gotta be sitting up like they're ready for the story, but they're
This
not
side is
standing
still
up.
making me a little
It's too much.
Marianne's making me a little.
There. There.
There was something called the Summer Olympics that was coming on. And you guys have probably heard that from this past summer in 2012. In 1996, though, the Summer Olympics actually were happening in the United States. It was happening right here in America. In particular, it was happening in Atlanta, Georgia. Which means it was a really big deal for our country because they've always been in other countries for all the years past. But in 1996, when I was only like 11 years old, it was happening right there in Atlanta, Georgia. Which means every single day when I would come home from school, I had to watch the Olympics. Because it was such a cool moment. But there was one event that was really standing out amidst all the events at the Olympics, and that was gymnastics. Who here started gymnastics? Some of you take gymnastics classes, have seen brothers and sisters do it. Cool, hands in there. I was really into gymnastics, and so was most of the country. Because our gymnastics teams, America's gymnastics team, it was 7 girls. And they were really, really impressive. It was these 7 girls that actually really weren't much older than you all are right now. They were about 13 and 14 years old. And they were so impressive that every single event they were competing in, they were winning. They were winning the silver medal or the gold medal every single event against countries all around the world. You have a question?
May I add a detail?
Cast to Miss Simpson.
When Miss Rogers said she came home from school every day and would watch the Olympics, I'm not kidding, and this is not a hyperbole. When you turned on the news, every single day you would see one of those girls' face and a gold or a silver medal next to it. Every day. And the country became captivated, is what she's saying. It's like you couldn't even go somewhere without people asking you about it. Cats are on Miss Rogers. It was a big deal.
It was a huge deal, and it was an even bigger deal, Lashika. Because as they were getting towards the end, that same girls' gymnastics team with just those 7 girls had the opportunity to win not just those individual silver and gold medals, but they had the opportunity, the chance to win a gold medal for the entire country. But over all those events, it came down to one event. It's called the vault. Some of you have heard that. But in this particular case, it came down to one girl. There were 7 on the team, but it came down to one girl, Sierra. This one girl, her name is Carrie Strug, has to complete 2 perfect vaults. So in a second, you're going to see her do that. But as you're watching Trenton, you're going to be looking for something a little bit different, because I'm not going to tell you exactly what you're going to see. I just want you to pay attention to what you notice. She's going to be completing her event, remembering that it's the event that could win the entire country a gold medal. Now, before you take a look at this, Deasia, now, she is a gymnast, so is she going to have on like pants and a shirt? And no, she's going to have on a leotard. It's going to look a lot like a bathing suit. But our reactions are going to be very mature. We're going to look like we're rising 5th graders right now. And we're going to be sitting up tall. And what should our voice level be during the entire time we are watching? Yeah, absolutely at complete 0. You should be enjoying it. You should enjoy it. You're going to enjoy seeing it.
Miss Rogers, Did
That's
she
the
get a
difference.
second chance if she didn't do well the first time?
How many vaults, or if you're a listener, you should be able to tell me, how many vaults was she able to do right now? All she could do was 2 total. That was it.
She had to be perfect on both of them no matter what.
The goal was for her to be perfect on them both. Now, when it starts, you're going to see some of the events she did ahead of that. But your mind should be turned on to what exactly happened for the vault.
As you're here, when Miss Rogers gets it set up, one, raise your hand if you've seen pictures of your parents in like the 1990s. Maybe their high school or college pictures. Either here. So their outfits look a little bit different than today's times, correct? Okay, so we know it's gonna look in terms of fashion, gonna look a little bit differently. Sitting up. And the vault, remember, the vault is the swing.
Run,
Okay.
bounce off of it, and do crazy things in the air.
Alright, so that's what you're looking for. When Miss Rogers says to look for the vault, that's what you want to look for. So sit.
You're vaulting into the air to see how many flips and twists and turns you can do before you land. It's actually, cats are here. Before a lot of you know that I am a ballet dancer. Before I started ballet, I used to do gymnastics. The vault is the last thing that they teach you. You start on the floor, you move to balance beam, you move to bars. The vault is the last, like being a senior in high school. You gotta be, so not only is she all the pressure on her shoulders, it's the hardest event in the gymnastics Olympics. Cats are on Miss Rogers.
Cats are actually on this.
We close the computer, Miss Rogers.
I have to be able to see it first. I don't know how to see it.
Then the computer's still on. Oh, that's what you need. Switch that. Click on on the screen.
Yes. Sit down.
Final rotation, but during the last event, the vault.
Sitting up, sitting up. Give me your couch. I'm gonna hear 3 things that you noticed. All I want you to say is 3 things that you noticed. What did you see? That's on Seth. What's one thing that you saw? That's on Seth. Raise your hand. That's right here. What'd you see, Seth?
One thing I saw was everyone almost amazing.
Like, you would describe them as amazing flips, not just like a regular flip on the trampoline, right? Should you do one at a time? Like 4 or 5 at a time. What else did you see? It's the Olympics, man. There's no playing around. Big time. Cats on Jaden Williams. Jaden, what did you see?
Yeah, speak.
Speak.
I saw the girl